Good morning. Happy Friday. Made it through the week. It's been an interesting week. So I think I have things a little bit more under control. We'll see. So anyway, welcome to episode number 108, Quilt Tube, a Bristol Blue, the Quilt Bomber. So as promised, we have a gift away today. Some lucky winner is going to win this nice little tote bag filled with fabric, a jelly roll of some fall fabrics. This is Stephanie Slowinski of Fancy That Designs, called Dawn on the Prairie, a honey bun of cider by Basic Gray, a charm pack by April Rosenthal of Prairie Grass Patterns, Valentine's, and one more charm pack of Backyard Blooms. So Wyndham Fabrics by Allison Harris. Nice springy, summery patterns and colors and prints. So I have found myself, did my research, found myself a random comment generator. So anybody who commented 500 on video number 105 is eligible to win anywhere on the planet. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go to the random comment generator, and hopefully this will work in live. But at least you see the ending result, I believe. So let's share my screen and go there. All right. So I've already put the link in there from that video. And so now I'm going to go to the generator and hit the fetch button. And I want to filter this by a keyword, which was, are we coming back? There we go. 500. And are you seeing this? Yes, you are. Okay. And I don't want to include replies. And I don't want to allow duplicates. And I don't believe there were any. And there were 11 comments. And I pick a winner. And it's So Blessed by Jess. Our winner is So Blessed by Jess. Jessica, you are my winner. I want you to send me an email with your address, and I will get that out to you within the next week. By the end of the week, I would assume that I'll get that done. So by the end of next week. So send me an email. Congratulations, Jessica. Yay, my first winner. Well, you're not my first. This is my second giveaway. Gift away. I don't like using that word giveaway. It's a gift. And so the email link is below to the bristolblue.quilting@gmail.com. The link is below, so go ahead and your address, and I'll make sure that that gets out in the mail to you by the end of the week. If I don't get an email response in 2 weeks, we'll do it again. All right. Good morning, country, or Quilting in the Country. Oh, I love the sound of that. Quilting in the country. Anyway, that just sounds, to me, that's a little romantic. So that is all I have for our channel announcements. Oh, no, I'm not done yet. Ouray, my vacation, the last trip. This is the t-shirt that I got. I went a little different on this one instead of just the state and stuff. It says, I put the pro in procrastinate. Ouray, Colorado. It says, you can always do it tomorrow. So it goes along with the so-alongs that I am falling behind on. I'll catch up. I'll get there. I can always do it tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. Oh, I thought that was fun. So my sister and I took the day and we left early in the morning. um, we originally had it planned for like 1 o'clock in the afternoon to do this jeeping, and I put it in quotations because we weren't really in a jeep. We were in a pickup truck that had seats in the back for a tour. But we went to Ouray, Colorado, and it's her favorite city. And she did this once before. She's had friends come and stay with her, and they did it and had a blast. It's the best $65 you could ever spend. You get 4 hours just roaming through the mountains, and it's absolutely stunning. They call it the little Switzerland or the Switzerland of America. And literally, from pictures I have seen, and I was always singing little songs from The Sound of Music as we were going through here. It was absolutely beautiful. So I grabbed some maps of these are the San Juan Mountains, and so I grabbed a little map that they had at the shop when we checked in, and what you'd see on your tours. And we went up almost 13,000 feet. Good morning, Alicia. And it was so much fun. And they call it Jeep tours. They also have like snowcat skiing and zip lining and stuff like that. But we went on one of these little things. It was a truck. It was like a diesel truck. And there's these seats in the back of it. And there's pictures of it that will be in my videos. And so as yesterday's video of Utah didn't make it because I somehow forgot to do it. I had everything downloaded and was picking pictures to put in the video and stuff like that. And then I had to stop and I never went back to it. So I will get the last 2 videos out today. Or tomorrow, I want to say, because they're long and there's lots of things, and I don't know how long they're going to take to upload to YouTube. So this tour, it was just 4 of us on this truck, another couple, and me and my sister. And the guy who was driving the truck was just fabulous. He would stop at certain places and give you the history and things like that. And in some of the videos, I do have him talking about that. So they get a little bit lengthy because it's like a question and answer kind of thing too at the end after he talks about the trip and stuff. But you drive on narrow little roads in this big truck. So it's kind of like you look over the side of your thing and you see nothing. There's no bottom in some places. And because it rained a lot prior to our trip and from my sister's last do of this thing, she said the roads are different. And he said, yeah, there was a lot of rain. And so a lot of it got washed out. And so they were worse than they were before. But you did a lot of bouncing all over the place. But we went and we saw Twin Falls, which is just waterfalls. And I tell you, there's a lot of water and it's really, really cool. There's mining things, and he tells you stories about, like this one here is Imogene Pass. How there's a marathon that's run up and down over these mountains that lasts, it's like 13,114 feet. And we were on that pass in this truck. There's tight curves and you have to back up and then make a run again at it. So, and I got this sticker, Switzerland of America. It's absolutely stunning. So you have to check out those pictures. We went to Yankee Boy Basin. We saw a deer. We used this really primitive outhouse. And I also got this sticker, $1 Million Highway. And I think he even talks about, I read somewhere where they even got why they even call it the $1 Million Highway, but it's a Highway 550. It's pretty popular. and it gets you to a lot of different places. But I've got stickers to put on my car. I drove this the last time I was there, but these are new. So it was fun. After our tour, we walked up and down the streets shopping, and I only got this t-shirt. And then we went to lunch. I can't remember the place, but there is a picture in there with my glass of beer because I got peach beer because it came from Palisade too. So, and we ate sandwiches. I had a Rachel and my sister had, I forget now what it was, but anyway, we ate and then we went home. So we had a good time. It was just bonding time for me and my sister. Hadn't seen her since last August when she and Tim visited my mom and stayed a night or two with her. So we get to see each other once a year now. A little sad. And my nieces, you know, they're living their lives in Denver and stuff. So I had a very fabulous trip, and I'm looking forward to doing it again now that I know that, you know, the airline flights were very inexpensive. And so if that continues, then maybe I can do it again next year because she would really like to take, my sister would really like to take a vacation where she's not having obligation to other family members. And I totally understand. So I'm willing to do it again next year instead of her coming here. So anyway, you guys, that will be all about my Colorado trip. No more. You'll see me from time to time wearing a t-shirt, but other than that, that's the end of our channel announcements. So I'm going to go on to updates. And the updates that I have of the work that I have accomplished this week is really not a lot because up until just minutes before the video, I hadn't done anything. I did nothing after we did our sew along yesterday. But I did put the other side border on the Posies quilt. I haven't pressed it yet, but I've got two sides on and I am ready to put the top and bottom on so I can get this top finished. So I'm really excited about that. Another top done to put into my closet of quilt tops that need to be quilted. And hopefully in October sometime, we'll have a tour of my closet when I get to pull out quilts to take with me to my long armor. All right. So I'll get that pressed, get the other two borders on, and that top will be complete. So that is kind of like number one priority to finish this weekend, first and foremost. So now we'll move on to other announcements about blocks of the month, quilt alongs, sew alongs that I have become aware of. The first one I want to talk about is Liberty one. It's Duckadilly. And it is this one, and it is going to be, it's a foundation paper piece. And they're typically EPP, but in this case, this one here is foundation paper piece. And this is the pink warm version. There are two other versions of this. They have blue kit available and a rainbow kit. So those are the three different color palettes that you can choose. It is a 12-month block of the month. The quilt top finish is 97 by 100. And as I mentioned, it is all foundation paper pieced. And Evangeline is the name of the quilt. The box starts shipping. You get them one box per month. They start shipping late October. And there are three different payment options. You can do a monthly option, which is $58. It is free shipping in the United States, but international shipping charges would apply. You get paper templates. And if you want to add to your box, you can get a yard of background. There are two cutting acrylics, so I'm not sure what that would be for, but they said that's included. And then once the box is shipped, you'll get an email with additional information and instructions. And then you'll get a continuous email every month after every box has been sent. And when the whole quilt program is complete, you will get a 20% off coupon to use in their store. The other option is you can get it every 2 months for $116. Oh, you also get 4 fat quarters in the monthly box. In the every 2-month box, everything's exactly the same as the 1-month box, but you get 8 fat quarters. And then there is a gift subscription. Let me spit it out literally. It is $696, and you can send that to someone who can get the Block of the Month program every month in a box already prepaid. So those are the options. If you're interested, links are below to sign up for that. And again, that is the quilt. It's a pretty. I'm a Liberty fan. However, it's not within my budget because I already have 2 other subscriptions that I apply to every month and spend outside of that. But I would have loved to have done this. I really would have. It's a big quilt. What did I say it was? 97 by 100. Oh, it's worth every penny if you ask me. That's $700. And it's Liberty. So the other one that I have here is by Running Stitch Quilts, and it's an improv sampler quilt along. I've got all of this in my Facebook page as well, but links are below too if you're interested in joining in on this. So you'll be using blocks and techniques from her book called Imperfect, Embracing Improv Quilting. And it's an 8-week program that starts September 9th. So it started a couple days ago and goes through November 3rd. So trying to get the whole idea that improv is not scary. It doesn't scare me either. I'm not going to be joining in on this, but there are links below to sign up if you're interested. So that is available for you. And that's about it for the Block of the Month and quilt alongs and sew alongs that I'm aware of at this point. I'll continue to scroll through things and watch videos and see if I find any more for you. I'll check websites too. I have to keep a list of those because there's a number of different websites that add Blocks of the Month regularly too. Stitch and Haven, and I forget the name of the other one. Shabby Fabrics, Fat Quarter Shop, Primitive Gatherings, those kinds of things. So I'll continue to watch those. And post those to my Facebook page or we'll discuss them on the channel, on the videos. So the next thing is new assignments. So 2 sew-alongs started today, and I wanted to kind of talk about that a little bit. So let me bring out the first one. This one here is Red Sky at Night. And that is this quilt right here. It is a sampler. And it starts today. And we got our first assignment. And I'm doing the version that has all the pieced quilts and the EPP. The pieced blocks and the EPP blocks. I'm going to try to do the whole thing. So the Baton Rouge block is the first one that is up. And I have printed off all the templates needed to... So I put my templates on index cards. You can get a pack of 100 or 200 at the dollar store. And so I've got the templates printed off from, so she has an ebook with all of the instructions for cutting and putting blocks together and everything else. And it's 130 pages. So I'm only printing off what I need as I need it. I'm not going to print off the whole book. I don't want to use up all my ink just right now. So there's that instruction for that. So I was reading through the cutting instructions, and she does things very differently, and I'm extremely interested in how I'm going to make this work. So she gives you cutting for units, and then you save your units in little Ziploc pouches, and then as you make blocks going through the book, you could put the units together to make particular blocks. So I have got a fat quarter bundle that I got from Fat Quarter Shop. And this is, what is it again? 19th Century Sparklers by Pam Buda. So my theory is I'm going to, like, the first unit that needs to be cut. And I know there's another quilter that is doing this as well. And so I'm curious to know, maybe we'll have a little side chat or something. But what you do is in the machine piece cutting instructions, page 9 or page 8, is you cut strips of darks and lights, and she gives you scrappy versions and 2-color versions for this quilt. So my theory is you have to cut like squares and rectangles and stuff like that. And then I would pick the number of fabrics that I needed, because I don't know how to make this scrappy. I'm one that makes one block at a time, and I get to pick the colors at that time. So you kind of make your units first, and then you kind of mix them all up and then make a block afterwards. So I don't know how it's going to end up. It's a little different program to me. So, but I am up for the challenge of trying to do it this way, because I don't see any other way of doing it. But that's kind of the plan that I'm going with, is I'm going to just take, like, I need 26 squares. So of a particular size, and you'll have to get the pattern in order to, I'm not going to give out sizes or anything like that, but I need to have 26 dark squares. So I would pick the darker fabrics and make 26 different squares. I have 20 fat quarters, so I'm going to have like duplicates of some, but I think I can make this mix and matchy because I want my quilt to be scrappy. So if that's how you understand it and you're reading the instructions too, let me know. Otherwise, maybe we can have a little side chat somewhere somehow to talk about it, as to what your understanding is how this works. And maybe I'll just chat with the designer and see, I'm going to keep watching for a while. And if I get completely lost, I may have to reach out to the designer, but I think I have to going to actually color, and that did cross my mind, because there is a coloring picture in the pattern to do it. So I'll have to get my colored pencils out or something and do this. I'm not one to typically do that, but I think in this instance I might have to, just to make sure that I get things scrappy. So all of the lights really are going to be my background fabric in my idea, but so these would be all considered my darks then, except for this last one here, which is a tan neutral. So I have like 19. So yeah, Alicia, I'm saying good luck, but I'm reading through it, and I looked at her blog post too, and from the email that we got, and because she's from Australia, I did get this information like last night when I got home from work. I saw the email. So, but I'm going to need to take some time with this one to figure that out. But in the meantime, I can go ahead and put the EPP block together without a problem. I'll color that one very simply and cut out fabrics and put them on and then I can work on that. So that's kind of like the number one thing with this one. And then I'll figure out the actual cutting instructions of the units that you put in these little baggies, or separate them so that at some point we'll put those blocks together. So, but that's how I understand it. And I think your idea, Alicia, is like we might have to color that coloring thing. I'm not looking forward to that, but I think that's going to be my only option at this point in order to make sure that I get. But then you have to count your squares, and don't you? I don't know, because that's how she did it. And according to her blog post, she counted all of the squares and half square triangles and rectangles and whatnot in order to get her scrappiness, I guess. I don't know. It's going to take some research, a little bit of thought. And if I continue to be struggling with it, I might reach out to you to see what you're doing. or I might reach out to the designer and see if she has any other tips and tricks that she's heard of from other people on how they do it. I'll follow the hashtag for it as well on Instagram and Facebook, her Facebook page and her Instagram page. I've got all of the links below, her Instagram or Facebook, so you can kind of follow if you're not sewing along. I know, I was a little excited about it too. And now it's kind of like, it seems like a lot of work, but I'm up for that challenge. So it's a little confusing to me, but my brain doesn't work in that fashion. So I'm willing to give this a shot because who knows? Maybe it is the best way to go about doing things, and it's something that I'll want to incorporate in future sew-alongs as well. So the next one up on the docket is Christmas Cheer Mystery Quilt Along. And I got my email this morning with today's assignment. I can't show you the pattern. You got to sign up for the emails to get the thing. She's also got fabric requirements listed in the email and swatches, color swatches in the email as well, so that you can do your own fabrics if you wanted to. And then the first block is just a square with sew-and flips. Simple enough. So I'm excited about that. So again, this is by Primrose Cottage Quilts. I double stuck it to my the lid of my box. I also purchased their kit, and it looks as if they're still available. So I put a link below to their Instagram, their Facebook, and to their website, so you can purchase the Starberry Quilt Kit. This is everything that comes with it. So I am excited to get started on that and do that assignment. So it looks like a small assignment that's due by next Friday when the next one comes out. So this is kind of further on my to-do list because I don't have to have it done until Friday. So I kind of, and it's not a procrastinate thing, right? It's a prioritization of my workload. Let's put it that way. Does that sound good? It's not procrastinate. It's just a prioritization of the workload. I like that idea. I do. I think that sounds really good. And if you have any questions about this, but all the links are below and how you can sign up for this so you can get their newsletter every Friday so that you can get get included in that one as well. So that, like I said, there are fabric requirements listed down to like the half yard, quarter yard, 5/8 of a yard or whatever, and what color so that they're using, and you can go ahead and choose what you wanted, which we didn't have prior to today. So I'm loving that. That's fabulous. So other people can join it. So the next one I want to talk about is, this doesn't start until next week, but I did get my pattern book, and this is a quilt along with Pat Sloan that will start on Thursday next week, called the London Town Sampler. And I did get my book yesterday. I ordered it on Amazon. I do have a link below to my affiliate link where I do make commission. I am not affiliated with anybody else other than Green Fairy Quilts. So I do make mention of that below because I do give links to Fat Quarter Shop and stuff like that, but I don't have any affiliation with them. I don't make any money for sales. But I did download this, and this is Cake Stand Quilts book, which I was always paging through this book, looking at the patterns and getting a feel for how this was going to go along. I found something really interesting. But so there's like Westminster Abbey block. So it's all done by blocks, and she has additional like ribbon included and embroidery things in here. So I think that's really fancy. The Tower of London. Some royal parks, some trees. They're so pretty. And she's using a Tilda fabric. Oh, here. The Liberty building. There's a Ferris wheel and some kind of, oh, there's a Union Jack flag, my favorite. I just love it. I am like just fascinated with England. That is my bucket list to go there. I would love to live there anywhere in the UK. I would love to go anywhere in the UK, visit all of the museums and everything. It's kind of like a dream of mine. I watch all programming available that I can that's related to period programming and everything else. So I am just adoring this whole project. So I am going to be using Riley Blake Liberty, plus a few things from my own stash because there was no reds to choose from in the bundles that I chose. And like for the bus, I want to put red, and in the Guardsman, I want to put red, and I need it for this. So I'll be pulling from my stash anything that's very similar to the fabrics that I chose. So I'm going to share my screen and show you the links to the fabrics that are coming. These won't arrive just yet. So, but I don't know when they'll be here, but hopefully by next week sometime. I might be a little late with that one, but here is first one. And this is blue china. So I'm going to do the blues and the pinks. So there's only 12 fat quarters, but I think according to the pattern instructions, you need 12 total. So between the two, I'll be going back and forth with blues and pinks, and I'm going to throw in some reds. And so I think mine's going to be more on that kind of scheme. I did get from my local Joann Fabrics a background fabric. Not sure, you're not going to be able to see it. I'm in the thing, but it's like this little daisy pattern and polka dots. And it's not a white, but it's white background on the white daisies. It's kind of shows a little bit on the, in the light, it looks gray in some sorts. So it's really cool. I think it's going to look really nice with these Liberty fabrics. Excuse me. The other one I chose is, oops, I got to end this and start over. Stop sharing that and share the pink bundle that I got. And it is the Picnic Trifle Garden Party. And that is this pink one. It's got some greens in it, so I think this is pretty. This one's kind of red. That one might work. There is one that's a little bit more red than the others that might work for this, but I am really looking forward to getting started on this one too. And this is with Pat Sloan. I have a link below to where these bundles are at, where you can find them. And if you want to take a look at that, oh, Scotland and Australia on your bucket list, yeah, anything in the UK, in the United Kingdom, anything there. And Scotland's way up at the top, right? It's in there. It's in the Europe section. So it's just one of the things in my bucket list, but I'd love to go anywhere there. I really would. And so, and I'm hoping that's sooner rather than later. Oh, what else do we have for new assignments this week? And that is Hometown Holiday Sampler. Tomorrow, the next assignment comes out, and that is pages 5 and 6. Yes, pages 5 and 6. So I still have to finish my Twinkle Holiday Stars. I still have to finish these. And that is like second on my list because I already have to start the next one. There are 4 blocks on the next one. And they are the Glitter Holiday Star Block and the Cozy Holiday Star Block, which are these little guys right here and these little guys right here. So there's two, there's one down here, and that is it. So all of these little twinkle ones I have to finish that gets sprinkled throughout here. There's 3 of them here and 3 of them here and 1 there and 3 there. So all of that needs to be done. So I have to finish these before I can start the next ones. You know, to stay organized, I have to prioritize what projects I'm going to be working on today, tomorrow, so on and so forth. So I have a deadline to finish those. So this is my week to finally get back in. Because I'm behind her already. I want to get right on schedule again. Polly, you've lived there all your life and you've never been to Scotland? Oh, get there. Put it on the bucket list. Oh, Polly, thanks for being here. You can give us all of the good stories and good stuff about our fascination with the UK. Because I have to go there in hopefully really soon. Hello, Rita. Don't hang your head in shame. Please don't do that. Somebody commented yesterday in a video that I put them to shame because of the work that I do. Don't, please, because I am not. I am the pro in procrastinate. I am. I have all these things I want to do. Please don't feel like that because I'm going to be probably behind on a lot of projects for the entire project. So just stick with it, okay? And Lisa, oh, I would love Australia. Sounds like it. It's on a list too, but a little bit further down my list. So my son, my youngest son, he wants to go to China. He's interested in all of the Asian feels and foods and things like that. So that scares me that he would go by himself to, Japan or China. And it's just so populated. It scares me. Moms will do it. Right. Once you retire. Yes. I want to do everything. I really do. And I get to that point where it's like you're feeling so overwhelmed that you just stop. Everything just stops. And I'm tired of getting to that point. And I'm learning to I have to prioritize. It's like, nope, I can't work on that project. I have to work on this one. No matter how much I want to work on that one, I got to work on this one. I got to get caught up. I got to stay on top of it. So those are the ones that have new assignments. And I only brought up Hometown Holiday Sampler because that's tomorrow. And I don't have videos on Saturdays. With the exception of the 21st. It is National Sew a Jelly Roll Day. And I will be doing a sew along day on that day so that we can all sew along our jelly rolls. I have set aside a project for that. And I didn't want to have to purchase anything new. So of the jelly rolls that I do have, I do want to make this quilt. And this is American Gatherings 2 by Primitive Gatherings. And in one of my quilty boxes, I got this pattern that came with this jelly roll. So I think I'm going to be working on this. So unless something else, another project comes up that I would prefer to do, I'm planning to do this one. So I'm planning to sew that one on National Jelly Roll Day for a bonus video on September 21st on National Sew a Jelly Roll Day. So there. I am looking forward to that too. So having a bonus video, love it. Other than my Colorado trip bonus videos. So let's see here. I talked about the new assignments. So now we'll end with talking about my plans for the weekend. So let's see. Number 1 on my list is to get the posies quilt top completed. Get this done. I want to get the borders on that and cut out the binding, because I like to put the binding and my backing in a box where it sits until I get the quilt quilted. So that way I can still, because there's more than enough here for binding, and then I can put the rest of this in my stash because I might want to use this for one of my projects. So that is the plan for that. The backing again is for that quilt is this cheater cloth with all the different hexes on it. And so these are so fun. They're so fun. Just so fun. So I'm putting that in that box so that when I get to quilting the quilt, I've got my backing and my binding all ready to go. So I at least have it cut. I don't have to make it, but I want to have it cut so I can put this fabric back in my stash. So that's number 1 priority, is to finish that. Number 1. Number 2, finish hometown holidays assignment from last week, because I'm already getting the next one. Number 3 is laundry basket quilts. I have to finish block number 37 because Tuesday we get block number 38. So that's how I'm prioritizing things. I like it. I like it. This coming Tuesday, I also have to work on Little Pink Homestead, the 4 corner heart blocks that were released 2 weeks ago. Next week, Tuesday, we get the next assignment. Oh, I have that one. I should do it too. Yeah. Which one is that? This one. Good morning, everyone. And hi, Cindy. Thanks, everybody, for joining. So this is next on my priority list. So what did I call this one? Number 4. That's number 4 on my list. And then number 5 on my list is the Ode to Our National Parks block, which is started this week with Pat Sloan, her Block Wednesday. And my fabrics are, according to the U.S. Postal Service, it is coming today. So I should be able to work on this as well. And I will be able to show you those fabrics live and in person. And that is the Kim Deal Grace. What's it called? I don't even remember. Anyway, it's Kim Deal. Fat quarter bundle. So this is number 5 on my list. And number 6 is to wrap my head around the, where's my page on that? Wrap my head around this project, the Red Sky at Night. And because that next assignment is next Friday, and to work on Christmas Cheer Mystery Quilt along with Primitive Cottage. Why am I struggling already? Because I keep saying so many different names and I keep getting them all mixed up. Primitive Cottage Quilts. So that is the last one on my list because, again, that's a small one. And the next one's not due till Friday. So I have to try to make sure that I'm getting it done before the next assignment is in. So that's how I'm working it. That is how I'm working it. So hopefully that makes all sense to everybody. But so that's how I'm going to work videos going forward. I'm going to talk about channel announcements, block a month, quilt along, sew along announcements that I'm aware of to share, my updates, the new assignments that are out, and my plans for the weekend or the next day. So I've got to try to keep on track, and I have to follow a schedule, and I need to keep myself accountable. And this is how I'm doing it, keeping myself accountable with you guys. So that way too, if you don't want to hear anything about updates or new assignments or plans for my day or weekend, you can stop watching the video at that point. So I don't want to make you have to watch the whole thing if you don't want to. Just to get to the end and fast forward through it just to get to the announcements, because that's what I used to show them at the end. You have one of the national park panels. Ooh, you have a 54 by 72-inch double size panel. You can make a quilt, yes. And I had one of my viewers send me an email with a national parks panel. They were the smaller ones. I don't know how big they were. I couldn't determine that. I didn't know the size of the quilt, but it was fabulous with the little picture panels. Yeah, that is an awesome idea, a great idea. Right. And I have a panel. I plan on putting it on the back of my quilt for the Ode to the National Parks. And I'm going to use that as my label. So just the whole panel on the back of the quilt. I can't remember how big the quilt is going to be. What did she say it was going to be? 52.5 by 6. Yeah, it'll completely fit on the back of there. And then any fabrics that I have left over from my fat quarter bundle will just be a border around it. But I'm looking forward to getting to that one too, because again, it's one block and it seems simple. It should go together very, very quickly, and I can get that one checked off my list very quickly. So I'm looking forward to getting along with that. The Red Sky at Night seems like it's going to be a little bit more to do, and so does the Hometown Holiday as weeks go on. But I'm going to try my darndest to keep up. If I have to change my schedule because I can't keep up because I've really put myself way over my head, so be it. I change the schedule. You can follow my schedule. You can follow Fat Quarter Shop schedule or whoever's schedule it is. But if I have to make a change to the schedule, I will do that in order to. If I have to like skip a week and just whatever, I have to do it, you know. You did a panel on the back on an FFA themed quilt. I mean, oh, so neat. Future Farmers of America. Yeah. Animals. Cows and pigs. That's what I'm envisioning. I think that's adorable because you give me a farm animal and I'm in love. Especially horses. Anyway, so you guys, that's going to have to be all for today. That went like way longer than I anticipated. I had a lot to talk about today. So I hope you have a fabulous weekend, the rest of your Friday. The weather here is just absolutely pristine and perfect. So weather-wise, no rain in the forecast, and it's not bright outside, but it's not like gray either. So, and the weather temperature is great. So I have got to get out and get to work this afternoon as well. So, and I intend to work every day this weekend. I actually intend to work every day. At least 4 hours minimum every single day. So I got to pay for this fabric that I just bought. And I want to go to the cities and see my boyfriend. Priority, right? All right, you guys, you have a fabulous weekend. I'll see you Monday morning at 10 a.m. Bye now.